Welcome to the Sleepy C and Big D Show.
Welcome to the 30th episode of the Sleepy C and Big D Show. Later this episode, prisoners and the bunkmates that love them. But for now, let's get over to Sleepy C.
Was that prisoners and the bunkmates that love them?
Correct. That's a tongue twister.
It was. That's why I had to... You heard the enunciation, right?
I did,
that was,
yeah.
That
Thanks
was
for...
very broken down.
Right.
It's like I was learning English for the first time.
You and me both, sister.
Yeah. Anywho.
Fact checker Rosa in the house.
Whoop, whoop.
And a quick shout out to Corwin.
A quick shit out.
Shit.
Is that... I feel like that's racist. Borderline. It's just because you have so many tongue-twisting words all of a sudden.
I know, it just all comes
out. And your sentence flow is just way too quick. You were impressed by the reading I just did, weren't you?
I was. It got me hyped.
Mm-hmm. And a little overzealous, and here we are now, fumbling over words.
It is.
All right, Fumbleina, here we go. So,
all that being said,
we have a few topics of discussion this evening.
Yeah.
I'm not really even sure where to start.
Let's start with the popo.
Let's start. Yeah, you're off tonight, dude.
Start.
Or are you doing Boston?
Boston.
New York. Boston.
No R's in Boston.
Mocky Mock?
Mock.
Yeah. Calvin Klein? You know.
Oh.
All of us are excited right now.
Hell.
Everybody. Which brings us to the topic
Flashback,
of Calvin Klein / briefs /
Aquaman.
I wasn't going there, but that's also very nice.
Someone turn the air conditioner on.
It's a little warm in here. Stagnant, if you will. So, we somehow did a real quick jump around there. I mentioned Marky Mark, which made me think of Calvin Klein, which made me think of briefs, which made me think of... Oh, sorry, we're going too far.
Yeah.
But it made me think of the term wife beater.
Going into summertime,
because it's getting
shirt,
hot,
yeah.
right? People are wearing tanks all day. And so my thoughts on this were... I know. The reason why I'm even thinking of it is that, or that I thought of it today, is that I saw a post and it said something like, wife beater, like that is such a disturbing term for a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Or a shirt,
You can't say that anymore. It's not politically correct.
I still say it. But I mean, again, it's one of those things that you grow up with and you associate that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I fucking wore wife beaters all the time. I didn't even have a wife at the time to beat. Now I do, and I don't even do it.
Right.
It's like when you have one thing, but you want the other, and then you have the other, and then you don't want the other.
Which
I don't know.
One of these is not like the other.
So my thoughts on it were, first off, we did a little fact checking. I wanted to see when it started, because I know, like I said, people are like offended by the phrasing now. What's a wife beater? But it's like, first off, who are you going to point fingers at? It's not our bad that the dudes that were wearing these shirts were beating their wives. You know what I mean? Like, I associate. I'm going to associate that mentally. You just throughout the day, you make associations you don't even realize.
If the shirt fits.
Exactly, Dave. That's brilliant. So, that being said, and also, time out, I would just like to state that also women could wear wife beaters as well. This dates back to like the 40s when the shirts were originally made. But there's just no polls on that, because, being as women like weren't important then.
Yeah,
so
they didn't wear.
They weren't taking polls.
They
weren't allowed to wear that anyways.
You weren't allowed to show your arms and stuff, right?
Right. But my point is that like I'm sure
down to the ankle
that somebody's going to be like, well, it could be a woman also. It very well could be. But the stats don't show that because there's no reference.
True.
All right. So just in case anybody wants to get all fucking willy-nilly about it. So, and whose fault is it really that just unfortunately while these guys are swinging on their wives, maybe they just wanted breathable cotton? Is that too much to ask for? And arm swing. Sorry, I hit some of the equipment. My bad. But, what is that movie where he's like, oh, yeah, I got to be aerodynamic when I fight. So he shaves his pits. Pineapple Express. Yeah, that means I'm aerodynamic. That's what they're going for, I bet. It's a lot harder to swing when you got a button-up shirt on.
Yeah, and all nice and loose. You can swell, flare your arms around.
Right.
You can just swing back and forth,
It allows the chest hair to hang out, show your manliness.
Exactly. There's necklaces.
An absurd amount of variables.
True.
So, anyways, just a real quick spiel on that. As my fact checker wife has already pulled up for us
Okay.
because I let her know ahead of time I wanted these facts.
She pre-gamed.
Yeah, so she pre-gamed for us. The history of the wife beater begins on January 19th of 1935. So that basically was when dudes they were wearing singlets and long johns and something called a union suit. I didn't look into it because it's not really relevant.
At this point, no.
Not right now. Anyways, so they came up with the jockeys. It's equivalent to a tidy whitey, basically. And then, or they're calling them, they refer to them
that's
as
what they
the
were.
briefs.
Right.
Yeah. So, and then after that, they said that a corresponding top was needed, and that was the purpose of making the
You gotta match.
wife beater. Right. You got to have a top to your bottom, right? That's inappropriate probably in today's day and age, just that terminology.
Yeah.
But anyways, so they came out with the equally popular A shirt. It's short for athletic shirt.
Is it?
Apparently. That's apparently not short for wife beating.
Okay.
So
That would
that's
that'd be the W shirt.
yes, the WB. Warner Brothers probably isn't happy about that.
No, probably not.
That's probably why they went away from that and they said no,
Yeah.
no. Anyways, so basically, I just thought that was interesting. Overall, my main thing was that people were now being offended by it, and it's just like, I'm sorry that it is ironic that dudes that were beating on their chicks happen to be wearing that shirt. Why are they all wearing the same shirt? Are they in a club?
Now, have we seen, has Chris Brown worn that?
I don't know. I think so, though. Realistically,
Let's ask Rihanna.
she would know best.
Yeah.
In fact, if anybody's going to know anything.
I
You know
personally-
what? I'm not going to lie, though. I heard some rumors that are, I mean, again, they're rumors, so who the fuck knows? And I don't know these people firsthand, so. But I feel like that was a lot of big hype. I'm not disbelieving Rihanna. That's my bitch. I like her a lot. All right? But it seemed to be really well driven with the timeline of the release of one of her albums that was all about like her S&M style shit.
True.
You know?
I didn't think about that.
So, and again, I'm not disbelieving it, but I think it benefited both of them. And I mean, look where they are now.
True.
Anyways,
What was the deal?
that's neither here nor there.
The movie clip part that you were talking about? Marlon Brando?
Oh, that it was made famous. The shirt was made famous, but you know what? That was on a different.
Yeah,
Fact
but I
check.
liked how it sounded.
It did sound nice.
It sounded like it could be true.
I'm not sure.
It was
Oh,
a
sorry, I needed to hit a back button. My bad.
streetcar named
Named
Desire.
Desire. So,
with
here we
Marlon
go.
Brando.
So there was an odd post. The first post that came up when looking for Wolf beater history.
Wolf?
Looks
Wife?
like there might have been a typo there. Wolf beater. But, so the very first post that comes up, of course, after it says showing results for wife beater history, as opposed to search for wolf. So even Google knew, like, she's probably not looking for that. But it says, originally posted March 19th, 2009 at 9:04 a.m., which we know that the terminology has been around way longer than that. But it says, the term, wife beater, is a slang for a sleeveless white t-shirt, the kind famously worn by, and I love their referencing. Like, I love that it's these two, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, Rocky didn't beat his wife.
no, but it's just like, that's, okay, so you're either going to become a world-renowned boxer or beat your wife.
Still has to do with
Those
hitting.
are the odds. Yeah, I guess ultimately, yes, you're it's contributing to your athleticism.
Yeah.
So again, going back to that swing ability,
Yeah.
you know, we want that aerodynamic. So the kind famously worn by Sylvester Stallone in Rocky and Marlon Brando in A Streetcar Named Desire. Haven't seen it. I'll admit it. I've seen The Godfathers, but no to that. Anyways, every time they showed a guy getting arrested for beating his wife, he was wearing one of those sleeveless shirts. And like I said, that was my claim to it. Is why it's just an unfortunate. You know, that's
Now,
not the shirt's fault.
My
I feel like
question
a lot of
is,
people-
how many times in that movie did people get arrested for
Right?
beating their wives? I
Right?
mean, it must happen more
What's-
than twice.
I'm trying to think of all the super gangster movies, and I just can't.
Casino.
Yeah, I'm all. What's the fucking one where he stabs him with the pen?
Yeah, that's Casino.
Yeah, that's my shit. I like that.
Is this
scene.
your pen?
Is it-
Just a mighty nice pen. Is this
It's a
your
very
pen?
nice pen.
Did you just tell my friend
Or
to go
the-
fuck himself?
Or the. I'm funny, like funny how?
Funny like a clown?
Funny like a clown, like funny ha ha.
Yeah.
Oh, anyways,
That's not Casino.
Let's not. I know that one's not, but
Okay.
it's like the same 5 actors. You know what I mean?
Joe Pesci
They
and
all
Robert
play,
De Niro.
Yeah, they're all fucking mafia guys. All right, that's just how they always are. Anyways,
We the good guys.
So something about Goodfellas. Damn, that's the other one where the broads got like they got so much hairspray in their hair. I mean, that's like the beehive setup.
Yes.
That's so you can, at least take a few blows. Like, you're getting your ass beat, just use your head. It'll deflect some of the pain.
Most of it.
So, anyways, that covers that. I just wanted to touch on that because, like I said, I saw a post recently that people were like so offended, and it's just
so
like,
wife beaters took you into mafia, huh?
well, I mean, it kind of went that way.
That's kind of rude.
We were talking about people that wear those shirts and beat their wives, and it just happens to be so that stuff happened in all of those movies that we reference right now with those characters. Anywho, so I just want to. That's all I wanted to say about that because we have so much more.
Yeah, I mean, you probably should have wore your wife beater when you got pulled over.
Why? So then I could have gone to jail?
Well,
that's just enticing the situation, okay? And yes, thanks for bringing that up. This is how my mom's going to learn that I got a fucking carpool ticket, is by listening to this podcast.
hey.
I don't want to bring it up. I don't want to mention it.
Duck and dive, duck and dive. If you had your wife beater, you could have that free mobility that you're talking about. You could have been able to,
Man, it was fucked up.
Dip
All right,
in,
so
dip out.
Everybody who knows this podcast knows that I cheat the system
you
a little bit.
ride the line.
I ride the line, all right? Not the Coke, not this time. The carpool, all right? I fucked up. I went against my gut. I should have fucking known better. And I got caught. I mean, again, to be fair, if you've been listening, even a little bit, if you've been listening, you know that I cheat that line of death daily. And because of that, I feel like it was well deserved. As much as I didn't want I don't want this ticket, believe me.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
But it's like one of those, you kind of had that coming, you bitch. Like, obviously. Like, how, like, you thought this was going to run on forever? No. So, I guess the only plus side to come out of that is that my sister-in-law happened to be a few cars back behind me, and she very narrowly would have been in my same predicament had I not been there to be pulled over first.
So you saved her.
I basically, there you go, Issa.
So she'll be splitting the ticket with you?
Yeah, fucking right. Nobody wants to split that ticket with her. Not even Rosa. She's like, you better get a side job, pay for that shit. I'm just kidding. She was actually super lax about it, and I was like aggressively sorry. I was just like, fuck, I'm so sorry. Like, what an idiot. My bad. Because it is. It's a dumb mistake. It doesn't even need to be made. But, again, it's like the 15 things I try to do in the morning. The other day I sewed a button for PETA. So, I mean, it's like, oh, yeah, no, I can make that time. I have time for that. I fucking don't. I don't, but I make it happen anyways. No. I can feed the animals in the morning. There's definitely not time for that. By the way, did you feed the other animals? Because I didn't have time today. Okay. Cool. I had to do a little fact check.
Prior to work.
Yeah, well, there was a little bit of an emergency, okay? And my wife was showering. She wasn't available. And
you two are the only two that know how to sew?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, how many? Do you know how to sew?
Yeah.
You're lying.
I can sew a button.
Okay, well, that's fine. I don't.
Can braid hair.
That's impressive. That's more impressive. Well, you had a daughter, so I mean, not had. You have one currently. You have children. Anyways,
I've tried to sell one.
I'm trying to sell them.
Black market things. It's not a good.
The rates are shit. You know, right now it's not a good time.
It's
because everybody's selling their kids into.
Yeah, dollar's not worth anything.
What was that shit? You told me Rosa told me the other day that the fucking America is like one of the worst for selling kids like out of the foster system.
Oh yeah,
selling them into sex trade or what's the other one? Human trafficking. I was like, what's the fucking phrase for it?
The other one.
Yeah, the other horrible thing. That's fucking crazy. That is insane. Like, people just don't give a shit.
No. Hey, people got to pay their carpool tickets.
Oh, my God. Are you saying we should adopt a small child and then... Rosa didn't even like the joke.
No,
she was just like, no.
Oh, my God, yeah. Our phone's not the one that has wife beater on it, so...
I know, I told you could look up on mine, but I mean, whatever.
I hid mine.
She wants the dice rolling.
I hope she at least put it on privacy mode.
And even then, it doesn't matter.
So
they can
you're
see all
set.
that.
You're set. So if Celeste comes up with a black eye, guess who we're pointing at? Yeah, I see you.
We all know I didn't run into a doorknob. I'm not that short.
I see. No, if anything,
although I'm sure people want to argue
it'd
that.
be the clothing rack thing that you were talking about, right?
Oh my God, that's seriously a fucking super anxiety. Again, not even necessary. Like, when the fuck, like, unless somebody came up,
And
just-
have you
just
ever
because you
even
brought it
just
up.
bumped it?
No, not even, because I'm so self-aware of my surroundings. Like today, I almost turned and ran into the sign downstairs. You know, the one I've hit
Yeah.
before. I've done it already. But I almost did it because sometimes I'm not aware of my surroundings. But when I'm in a clothing rack area, I'm fucking very aware. Additionally, just because we're on the subject of my crazy anxieties, real quick, I used to be super sketchy about sleeping on my back because I got this like super bad anxiety that somehow in the midst of the night somebody was going to like force my legs down, like press them like at the knee and backbend them. You know what I mean? Like, unnecessary, completely unrealistic. Like, who would fucking do that? But one time, my little sister did jump on the bed on me like that, and it pushed my legs back. And maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. But it has always freaked me out since. I now can sleep on my back sometimes, but it's not desirable. It's not it's not my first choice. So anyways, that's
For
just
someone that
just a weird
enjoys
little
sleeping
tidbit.
so much, being sleepy C,
Yeah.
that you have such trauma when you sleep. You forget to breathe.
Sometimes that's not, and it's not even. It's
Your
like
legs bend
it's not even.
backwards.
I don't forget to breathe, and they don't bend backwards.
You
I'm not
become
like
paralyzed.
It's not like I'm like a fucking exorcism or some shit, okay? And I only got paralyzed. I've only been like that paralyzed feeling a couple of times. I don't forget to breathe. Somehow Rosa forgets to breathe. It's the sleep apnea.
Right, but you said that you get paralyzed and you wonder to yourself, am I supposed to breathe?
Well, no, it's like, no, you're getting things confused. You're thinking about how I mentioned, like, when you get a little too high and then you're like, man, have I always just breathed normally?
Yeah, that's what
does my brain tell my body to breathe? And then you start fucking tripping out a little bit. But no, I was talking about how I've been fucking paralyzed before. Like, I can't move my body, and I'll be like laying down in the bed, like face down, like on my belly, I'm on my stomach laying down, and I can't lift my face off the pillow or get enough breath. Like right now, it's making me real anxious, and it's like I can't breathe enough.
Truth
But
is,
it's not even
Rosa's
like that.
just holding
And then-
her head down.
Yeah. And then I'm just waiting. I try to signal her, but I can't fucking move. So I can't tell her like blow air on my face or something to make my brain be like, oh shit, we gotta breathe. We gotta take a deep breath in or something. You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. Oh my God. It makes me have anxiety right fucking now.
I'm getting anxiety just so watching you swell.
Right. Ooh, I just got the chills. Speaking of chills, because we're on the subject. Man. Man, you ever have that like pit of your stomach feeling? I know you have. I know everyone has. That's why I asked, because we've all been there. As much as people don't like to admit it or talk about their shit, it's real. But when you get that like that quaky feeling, that pit of your stomach, and then you get that cold chill down your spine and goosebumps all down your arms, like you're gonna shit your pants right there. I had that today. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay.
It was relatable because of the chills,
Right, and how that work out?
Oh, I went and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, luckily I did not. I did not shit my pants.
Perfect. Maybe those 3-4 eggs you ate, hard-boiled eggs.
I think it fucked me up because like I was hella starving. It was like 3 p.m. finally, or actually by the time I ate them, I think it was like 2. And then I went to the bathroom and I tried to do my thing, but there was nothing present at the time, That's when I came to you and I was like, somebody somehow magically pissed into the dispenser of ass gaskets. They did not do that, though, turns out. We found out the facts. That's not a real thing. So luckily, to be honest, I was thoroughly impressed. As much as I was angered, I was like, that's impressive, whoever did this, because I was imagining it was a dude, right? Because they can spray up, obviously.
Well.
And then I was like looking around for a dribble effect, like
Nothing.
Yeah, and I was
no
like,
evidence of the spray.
Right. I was like, how the fuck did they do this? Maybe they stood on the toilet and peed into it. I don't know. Because for those of you that don't get the reference, the ass gasket dispenser, that's a seat cover in case you're concerned. But it is above the toilet seat, or it's above the toilet tank.
Yeah, on the back.
On the back of it.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot, wife.
Okay, so it's raining money.
I wish it was raining money. That's a whole... Anyways. So, that's neither here nor there. I had a great bowel movement. Thank you all. But it didn't come when I thought it was going to... Like I said, I went in there first to try and figure things out, see if my body was ready. It was not.
But then you were
Then I
impressed
went back
by the
to work.
spray.
Yeah, and then I was, like, blown away by that. And then turns out it just happened to be a water gun. Some small child was in there just playing with their water gun, and that's not a euphemism.
Water gun.
Yeah.
Now, when you say water gun.
So, but then I went, like, literally, I went back to work, and then probably 30 minutes later.
That's when they hit.
Yeah, I was like, oh, whoa.
The clamminess.
Like, you get clammy. Yeah, you get clammy. You almost feel like you might throw up a little bit, but it's not that.
You weren't paralyzed, though. You can move freely.
No. I was moving, let me tell you. I was moving. The only thing that would have made me move quicker is just...
If you were wearing a wife beater.
If I didn't have the fear that I might shit as I walked hastily. Hastily?
Hastily.
Questionable. I'll have to look that up.
Yes.
Just kidding. Anyways, so yes. Sorry, Mom. Got a carpool ticket. Not the worst thing ever.
It's not like she's paying for it. What
right.
does she care?
No, that's true. But, like... It's always that weird disappointment. Like, you don't want to tell your mom that you got a ticket. It's like I've learned the rule. My mom told me, don't tell me when you're getting a new tattoo. I just don't need to know anymore. And I feel like tickets fall into that same category.
After 80, it really doesn't matter.
I'm not at 80, for the record.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I mean, like, it got to a point where...
What are you at? 40?
I don't know. Somebody asked me the other day... Oh, Nico. He asked me the other day, not my nephew, but a coworker. Just so that the confusion isn't there, CR. In case you thought that your son was like...
Hey, I can talk.
Yeah, I can talk right now. Anyways, so...
Mom's being mean.
You're right. She dotes on him. He's the prince.
Oh.
Anywho, the Prince of Thieves as he's stealing our hearts. I'm sorry, too gay? Possibly a little bit. Anyways, it's not too gay. You know why? Because children's excitement is gorgeous.
Here we go.
And I love it.
Way to segue.
That's how you do it. Since we're still on the subject.
No, we segued, but now you went back. Go ahead.
Only because I didn't remember where I was. Realistically, the last thing I remember is that the ease of my shit. That's pretty much that's where I last remember us conversating of. And then tattoos. And somebody asked me
numbers.
Nico, there we go. So, I don't know. I feel like at a certain point, you stop actually physically counting the tattoos.
No, right. But, I mean, I figured you had an idea what you know.
I don't know. There's probably like 25, 30.
Yeah.
I typically now I go by hours because, I mean, like, there's ones that don't count.
They overlap. They come into each other.
Yeah, or it's one that is a progressive one that you can't... It's not like you just go in and get it and it's done. You have to go in, get part of it, go in again and get another part of it. I mean, your body only allows you to do so much. Yeah. Like, it's just, it's like instantly, it's like, no, bitch, you're done. Tap out. You're over it.
Yeah.
Nope. But, when you're young and stuff, you do stupid shit, like go get a tattoo for 7+ hours and then go straight into your night shift and work 10 hours. And, your one leg is twice the size as the other, and you do have to stand the whole night. So, I mean, good luck with that.
And it goes numb after a while. So
moron. I know. I'm lucky I didn't get like some sort of fucking staph or gangrene just from not taking the weight off my foot. You know what I mean? Like just the swelling. Anyways, so we do stupid things like get carpool tickets and tattoos that we just don't even tell our moms anymore. What else? Children are gorgeous.
The excitement of children.
Yes,
I think
it's something
you were
about
talking
it.
About.
Something about the way when a kid just gets so fucking excited. This morning, I was in the shower, and Ezekiel comes to the door, and he's fucking pounding on it. Just, Allah! Just banging on the shit. To the straight up, Rosa tells me, after I got out of the shower, and I'm getting ready or whatever, Rosa tells me, yeah. She's like, OJ was talking something the other day about how Ezekiel needs to just get over us, basically, like, he's just like, this fucking constant need for them, blah, 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 like, I was just like, man, that's cold. Like, I mean, unless you're going to move out, though, I don't see it happening.
Right,
like, I don't,
exactly.
Like, that's the only way we can
and they
separate
can't
our
move out
bond.
because they won't go.
Yeah, I'm like, you're going to take the kids? You're going to take the kids from us and think that's just going to work?
We talked about selling kids earlier. What do they take?
I mean,
cut them a check.
That's the thing is, I'm just like, can we buy them or
rent?
It's like it's
you have
a
a
fine
nice
line.
lease program right now.
It's a fine line, like it's awesome because we love to take them places, but on the flip side, they get attached and then I guess we're just we're
trouble.
We're bad because we're so good. And that's, what is that? I don't want to be in trouble because I'm well liked. I don't want to be, what is it? Fuck, what does she say? Damn it, I don't remember. She's like, and I just don't think I should be punished for being well liked.
True.
That's actually factual.
And that's what's happening with you guys.
Thing. Yeah, so it's funny because I've said it before where I'm pretty positive that OJ has a strict don't let Ezekiel outside of the room until Celeste is gone to work deal. Because he typically, like, there are mornings where I hear him at the door, like, trying to get out.
Most 1-year-olds don't have the anti-noise headphones that they put on?
Yeah, but our 2-year-old does. Yeah. If he hears us, if he hears Rosa laugh, it's fucking over.
Oh, really?
Just instant, Riri's? It's like a deer in the headlight. Just, oh, Riri's? The excitement, though. Oh, my God. Which brings me to more children excitement. My niece, Noe, I got a FaceTime call from her and my mom the other day. They're off to Disneyland, I think, tomorrow.
Exciting.
I'm super fucking jealous. I wish I could go. But they threw this together last minute. They told me about this, like, a week ago. So, week and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
So, but she's telling me she gets on the phone and she's a child, so I can only see half her face because she doesn't know how to aim the phone.
She's all the way up against the
yeah, I can see up her nose, and so I'm just like, okay, she's like, Tia. I'm trying to talk and we're at the baseball game, we fucking scored, so it's just like there's a lot of shit going on and I can't fucking hear her, but I'm trying my best. I feel like I looked probably like my grandma because I had to hold the bottom part of the speaker of the phone to my ear and then put it back to my mouth to talk to it and then back to my ear. It was crazy. So, but she's just like, when we come back from Disneyland, are you available to have a spend the night or a sleepover? And I was just like, well, yeah, baby girl, no problem. And her face fucking lit up like a penny slot machine or something, okay? When you hit the jackpot, she lost it. She's just like, oh my God. And I was just like, okay. She's super mega excited. I love it.
I did it.
I love the excitement. And again, that's a different type of excitement too because we have so much distance between us.
Right.
It's not so much. I know people have family. One of my best friends, her fucking dad lives in, I can't think right now. Oh my God, Nicaragua.
Out of the country.
Yeah. And I couldn't imagine. And yet here I am, what a schmuck. I'm like, oh, we have so much distance. It's a fucking hour 45. All right, I mean...
Well, I mean, it's not like just down the street.
You can't just
leave
go
work
there.
And just
it's not,
go straight
It's not
there.
like waking up every day to have breakfast with Lando or set him up for breakfast and play with Ezekiel for 5 minutes while I run out the door. Right. Or, I can't do all those things with them. And so it's just... to see that level of excitement, like, oh my God, it's fucking insane. And even Nia's coming along more, like, with her expressions and even just knowing, recognition of who you are and shit.
Right.
And so she knows who I am too, and her fucking chunky ass face with her big old smile, I love it. I love it so much. Anyways, so that's me talking about the excitement of children and how fantastic they are. So,
do we need a drum roll?
We can make we're going to swing a left on here. There's no way to segue into it, really. We just had dinner with our friends. Actually, there is a way to segue. We took the boys to a pizza place with us the other evening to celebrate my friend's birthday. And, so we go there, and her dad's there, and her dad, her parents, I love her parents. I mean, they're like additional parents to me. And so, but her dad and I are talking, and we're talking about how we're like in between weight areas, it's just a real fucked up situation, weight, because we discovered that we're both like in between sizes. And it's like you either need to
go up a size.
Well, we're not even ready for that next size. As you saw, I got new work shirts for those of you that don't know what I'm referencing. Let me explain. I went from a medium. I asked if they had a medium husky. I made it very clear. I was like, you got like a, medium thick,
medium large,
or any of it. They had a medium tall, but I'm not tall, so that's not the problem. I'm round, and that's where we're at. So, the problem though, he said it perfectly. He was just like, I either need to drop like 5 to 10 pounds, and I cut him off. I was like, or gain 15. And he was just like, yes, that's fucking exactly it though. Like, that's what it is. And I was at that impasse, basically. I was just like, well, I need to lose like 5 or 10 pounds. Just a fucking button, the last button on my shirt, okay, at work. It's just the belly button area.
The very last button.
It's like, I can get it to button.
It just doesn't stay that way.
It won't stay. And then the button right above it will pop off regular. Like, I'll rebutton it 4 or 5 times throughout the day. It's not going to stay, though.
No.
Okay?
No.
I've told my wife recently we need to get me new A shirts. We'll call them that
Wife
instead
beaters?
of beaters. I wear a handful. I have a handful of these shirts here.
Tank tops?
They're tank top. They're just regular tank tops. They say "party with consent," and
they all say the same thing.
Yeah, you haven't I feel like people here at work have
People
definitely
think that
seen. They probably think I wear the same shirt.
Yeah,
every
we
day.
all have talked about it.
Have you?
Yeah, like, man, this bitch is dirty.
Yeah, smell my pits. Anyways,
Superstar.
they smell great. I don't smell strongly. It's fantastic. Anyways, but yeah, no, I have like 7 or 8 of these shirts. I was actually gifted them from our brother-in-law, and he I don't know where the fuck he found them, but him and his friend, they found like a bag full of these shirts, and they
Just
clearly,
found.
yeah, and they clearly aren't gonna fit
Like,
him.
at the Goodwill.
No, where were they? They were at like,
Isn't it like San Francisco or something?
yeah, and they were brand new. I mean, like, they don't look that now because I've been wearing the fuck out of them. I wear them every day. But it's a great undershirt. But the problem is that, like I said, I either need to lose 10 pounds or gain 15. The underbelly that I got, it hangs out a little bit sometimes when I'm reaching up into cars. So, it's not really the cutest thing. I mean, it's not a problem now that I got new shirts.
Yeah,
yes,
go
people,
down to your ankles.
I did it. I got the new shirts. The problem is now I'm not big enough for them. I don't fill them out very well. So it is a large shirt. Literally, like, that's the size.
It's dangerous on a windy day.
Yeah, and I noticed that as I was walking by the tire machine, I got caught on it a couple of times.
Stuff, yeah.
So it is a little bit risky, but boy, do I breathe more comfortably now. Because I'm not at the risk of popping a button. So it's cool.
And what else do you have on your list of topics?
So I guess we can close off with this, just because it's a high point of frustration.
Frustration, anxiety?
No, well, you know
Fear.
what? I suppose slight anxiety, only because I am somebody who I am not comfortable being rude, or not even being rude, but just being bluntly honest and
Okay.
being like, look, no, I just can't, or whatever, okay? So, anywho, I was recently, today, hit up by a former coworker who who did not leave on good terms. Like, not with me. I don't
Well, you were never besties.
but it's not, yeah, we definitely weren't cool or tight or any of that.
Hang
you know
out
what I
at
mean?
all
Like,
of any kind?
and I've done some work on her vehicle, and I was paid for it. But I know that any of the other work that after that, she chose to not go through me because I guess my pricing was too high, which is fucking laughable because my pricing is like rock bottom. Anywho, so just out of the blue, I get hit up today by this person, and it's like,
hey.
not a fucking, hey, how are you? Hey, what's up? How's it going? Are you still working there? Blah, blah, blah. None of that shit.
How are you? How's your wife?
Yeah,
How's
none
the
of
kids? How's the dog?
None of that shit.
Cat?
The only thing I got was just an opening line of, hey, Celeste, it's so-and-so. How much would you charge for a wheel alignment and oil change?
Wow.
Like, super businessy, like, I feel. You know what I mean? Like, that's how
Yeah.
you approach. I mean, and I guess maybe that to an extent is understandable. We're not buddy-buddy. So maybe that's why she would just be so... And again, maybe she just wanted to cut to the point. Why bullshit, right?
True.
So
but
again, I'm leaning towards all these things mentally, so I'm just like, okay, maybe these are the reasons. Here I am, making up excuses for this person, like, maybe that's why. Probably this, probably that.
But no.
And then I just, ultimately I was like, okay, well, we don't have a fucking... We can't
don't do
one
that,
of those.
and
Yeah.
I don't want to
And
do
then,
the other one.
Yeah, and I was like, and realistically, you got to pay for the fucking oil anyways, and if you're going to go pay for the oil and pay for the filter and then pay me, you might as well fucking go to Speedy and pay them less money, and they'll do your fucking oil change.
Yeah.
And then you can come back to me when they have a list of shit that you probably need on your car that's falling the fuck apart. That I know is because I've worked on it previously for a minuscule amount of money. So it's just, I don't know.
I still think it was the, I'll just ask. I'll pretend to say to pay, but she'll just take care of it.
If it's friends and family, I am usually fucking more than willing to help. Sometimes I don't even charge. You know what I mean? It's because you're my friend or my fucking family. But ultimately, we just had this discussion actually because we were talking about Rosa's younger sister. She's been helping Rosa with some design ideas for her. What's the word? Marketing. Thank you. I was like, I know what it is. I can't remember.
I don't care.
But no, I do care. But
No,
it's and so like it comes down to like of course she's gonna require payment for her services. She's doing hella shit. I've seen all the stuff she's sending over,
Right.
And so I know that is coming. And ultimately, I'm for it because you have to. Within a certain degree, I'm not saying don't help people out, especially not your family. You need to help your family out, absolutely. But you don't need to help them out for free.
Right.
I the same goes back around. I've done car work for them, and it definitely wasn't for fucking free. You know what I mean? You have to support your family to an extent. Like I have a sister who does hair and a sister who does nails. I mean, they both do both, but it's just like you can't say no. Let me get a free this. Let me get a free that because. They're not free people. That's their time. That's their fucking money. That's their investment. That's
their career.
That's how they make their money. You wouldn't expect somebody to come to you and do shit for free or on the low or let me get how low can I go? It's like that's not what you're. Oh God, it's so fucking aggravating. Just the more I think about it, it's just insane.
Yeah, especially something as simple as that. Where
Yeah,
you can go anywhere for anything.
And that's my point. So I tried to word it nicely. I was like, look. Because ultimately, I was just like, I don't want to do that. I don't even think.
Time.
I was like, I don't want to do it. Of course. 2, I don't think you're allowed to come back to our place of business. Like, I don't think that's appropriate, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
in my opinion,
and again, you just don't want to do it.
And I don't want to do it.
So
I was just like trying to be polite, but lean it towards like, look, you should really just go to fucking Speedies.
Right.
And then it's like, oh well, I'm not rushing you, this and that. And I'm just like, I don't fucking care.
Just do it whenever you have a chance.
How about we do it on June 31st? There's a Parks and Rec episode where April, the secretary for Ron Swanson, she sets all his appointments for June 31st, thinking that it's not a real day.
Right.
And it is. Wait, it is a real day, right? I'm probably messed up. I think this month only has 30 days, actually. But then it was July, I think, 31st. Anyways, it was a day that it fucking existed. And she said it thinking it didn't exist.
And all these people showed up.
She set every appointment for that time. So they had like 900 appointments to do.
Wow.
It was insane. They split up into teams and they tried to knock out as many as they could. It was fucking crazy.
Awesome.
But yeah, I'm just like, okay, well, if it's not a rush, then let's fucking backburn this shit, right? I mean, what the fuck? I don't want to change my fucking schedule around to do your fucking $10, $15 oil change that you probably aren't even going to fucking pay me for anyways, realistically.
Oh, you've been here before.
Or again, how did she think that the car was going to be, like, was she going to come here with her car and just be comfortable? I wouldn't be. That's fucking crazy.
No, you guys live nearby. Just drop off your car, take her car.
And that's what I think she would have wanted. Yeah. I think she would have been like, just come on over and, we'll swap cars or something.
Yeah.
No. Again, friends and family is a whole different thing versus, like, people that I don't fuck with. Like, I pretty much don't even know you. You know what I mean? Like,
well, pretty much you don't.
We're acquaintances, if that, at the most now. At the very most. I don't know. What is that? Pineapple Express. He's like, you're drug dealers. They want to be friends with you and hang out and this and that, but you're not friends. The only purpose I'm here for is because you have the drugs that I want. Like,
That's it.
And you know what? That drug dealer gets fucking paid.
Yep.
And they don't take you don't get a discount from them or anything either. So why the fuck would you come to somebody that's basically equivalent, but obviously I'm not selling them drugs, but, like, I'm just saying, you come to somebody for a fucking, what is that? You're
service.
A consumer. You come to them for a fucking service. And then you want all the fucking carpets rolled out for you, or what? Mm-hmm. I mean, whose dick are you sucking?
Right?
Ba-dum-bum. I don't know what the drum thing was
Yeah.
for necessarily, but
yeah.
I just was so pumped up, and that sounded like a great way to end it with the "whose dick are you sucking?" and then I had to ruin it with the bump bumps.
And you had to explain it.
And then I explained it, so now it's like we can't even end on that
It's
note.
ruined even further.
It's fine. That's neither here nor there. So, I don't know.
That's all.
I think that's really it. The last thing I think I can say, just so that we don't end on that stupid but-dumps, is that...
Now that you've done it 3 times?
yes, I actually like doing it. Anyways,
We have a sound effect for that, you know.
can you do that over mine so that it
Every
doesn't
time?
sound so stupid? Yeah. All 3 times. 4 times or whatever. Last thing, though, is that I recently was turned on to Modelo with... because I typically just drink it by itself, no need for any of the other stuff. But I recently learned that if you do it correctly with the lime and salt, it's out of this world of difference. And I just... So,
Is that
for those of
something
you,
new?
well, that's something new for me. It's definitely something old. Apparently, everybody is. That's just
Everyone's
the way. Well,
done it.
because I always get my beer served with a fucking lime in it, but just the lime.
Not
You know,
the
when
salt.
you go to bars, they just give you a fucking lime automatic,
Right.
and I'm like, get that shit out of here, right? But if you fucking scrape all the juice out of that bitch and then drop the lime in there and then throw some salt, holy shit! Turns out that's a whole different fucking thing. So, anyways, for those of you that are interested, there's
Give that a shot. So there's
Yeah.
your homework for the week.
Still haven't
Modelo
seen. Still
with
haven't
lime.
seen.
No, not your homework
oh.
because we've given up on that.
Oh.
I did watch Big Lebowski, so now I'm caught up
It's
on all
great,
3
right?
of mine. Just call me dude.
You're out of your element.
That carpet really finished
Really
the room.
tied the room
tied the
together.
room together.
Man.
So every time someone urinates on a rug, it's up to me to pay for it.
Oh yeah, fuck it. Tattoo it on your forehead. Oh my god. I like the she's like, anytime somebody says their dick or their rod or their Johnson, like nobody cares, but everyone is fearful when somebody talks about vagina, and it's just like fuck, like I don't know. It's one of those cult classic movies. If you haven't seen it, The Big Lebowski is go see it. Everybody
must.
go watch it. And it's I say go watch it. You do have to have the right type of humor for it. I know it's not one that's for everybody, but everybody should at least watch it to see if it is for them. Because it's great. I mean, what more do you need in this life?
There we go. So Celeste won't be watching Let's Go to Prison, even though we keep telling her to.
Watch it
But
tonight.
once she finally does, we'll be able to enjoy that together. But for everyone else, your homework is if you have not seen The Big Lebowski, watch that. And also Modelo with lime and salt.
And also, what's the movie?
You keep adding things to our ending.
I'll always be your maybe or whatever on Netflix with Ali
Yeah, I
Wong.
don't know about that.
Watch it.
Watch it. Celeste said so.
I thought you were cutting it off, so I just stopped talking.
I was going to, and then I changed my mind.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm drinking now.
Okay.